As I think all of you know, I have a strong personal connection to this part of the world, to the Asia Pacific and to Southeast Asia. I was born in Hawaii, spent most of my childhood in Hawaii, but I also spent time in Indonesia as a young boy. My sister was born in Jakarta. So this region helped to shape me. It is also why I really like the food. And I have to say that the food I've had since I've been here, I've been really happy with. Now, as president, a key part of my foreign policy is to deepen our ties with countries and the peoples of Southeast Asia. And we've done that. We've deepened the ties with our allies and our partners. We've engaged more with institutions like ASEAN. We're pursuing the Trans-Pacific Partnership to grow our economies and to support jobs in our countries. Together, we're promoting peace and encouraging sustainable development. We're protecting our environment and trying to meet shared challenges like climate change. But government and businesses are only part of the equation. If we're going to meet all of these challenges, we also have to build strong relationships between our people, and especially between young people like you and young people in other ASEAN countries. Keep in mind that here in Vietnam, 2/3 of you were born after 1975. As I often say to young Americans back home, your generation can look at the world with fresh eyes, without some of the old notions, the old habits of a previous generation. And that gives you the perspective and the power not just to help to grow Vietnam, but also to help shape the world. Thanks to technology and social media, you're the most connected generation in history. I see it in my daughters who are always on the phone, and they have to teach me how to use the phone. More than 30 million people in Vietnam, 1/3 of the population, are on Facebook. Just on Facebook. You're posting selfies. I know. I was in the gym this morning. People were trying to take selfies. You're streaming the latest Suntong MTP hit. Right? But you're also exchanging ideas and learning from each other. And so this gives you tremendous power. And we need your passion and energy and talents to tackle some of our biggest global challenges, whether it's reducing poverty, to advancing equality for women and girls, to fighting climate change. Now, even in this digital age, as Tu pointed out, change doesn't happen overnight. It requires that you stay active and involved over the long term, and it requires you to develop some practical tools. And that's why 3 years ago I launched the Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative, or YSEALI. And the goal is to empower young people like you with the skills and the resources and the networks that you need to turn your ideas into action. Since we started this, the YSEALI network has grown to more than 67,000 members across all 10 ASEAN countries, including over 13,000 here in Vietnam alone. And we've welcomed more than 350 YSEALI fellows to the United States, including some of you, with more than 200 coming in the next 6 months. So a lot of what we do in YSEALI is rooted in the power and importance of education. That's why nearly 19,000 Vietnamese students studying in the United States right now are helping to bring back the kinds of skills and talents that Vietnam will need to continue to grow and develop. It's why on this visit we announced a new partnership between American universities like Arizona State and Vietnamese universities to boost training in science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine. It's why we announced that for the first time the Peace Corps will be coming to Vietnam with a focus on teaching English. And it's why we announced that we're moving ahead this fall with Fulbright University Vietnam, right here in Ho Chi Minh City, the country's first nonprofit independent university. And the goal is to make sure that Vietnamese students, no matter what their background, has access to a world-class education that's rooted in Vietnam's rich culture and fueled by the free exchange of ideas. And I want to thank former Senator Bob Kerrey, who is here, who's been one of the key people to help lead this effort. Thank you very much, Bob. So all these efforts reflect our belief in you, in your ability to keep moving Vietnam forward. And you know, there's some incredible young people who are here who are great examples of the incredible talent and drive of young people in Vietnam today. For example, I see Vietnam's promise in Nguyen Duan. Where's Nguyen? Somewhere. There you are right there. So I had a chance to meet Nguyen when I welcomed our YSEALI Fellows to the White House. She started as a volunteer. She started a volunteer group to work with street children and orphans and people with physical disabilities right here in Ho Chi Minh City. So far, they've recruited some 450 volunteers, delivered over 7,000 hours of mentoring, built 5 libraries in 2 cities, and that's just one example of the incredible work that's being done by young people right here in Vietnam. We're very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. A couple other people I want to point out. We've got Loc Lê Swan. Where's Loc? There he is, right there. So Loc teaches at Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam National University. He's a researcher at the Pasteur Institute. His dream is to go back to his hometown and open a medical center so he can deliver quality, affordable health care. He also helped start Give to Give, which works with YSEALI members across ASEAN to improve their skills and build stronger networks. So we're very excited about the work that you're doing, Loc. Thank you so much. I'm going to close with one more story, just to give you an example of the incredible work that's being done by young people. Elizabeth Fu is here, I think, and was born here. In the aftermath of the war, Liz and her family became refugees. Liz was barely 4 years old. They packed themselves into a boat. They began a dangerous journey. Pirates ransacked their boat, but they made it to a refugee camp in Malaysia and eventually in 1979 to America. With just $20 in their pocket, Liz's parents started to build a new life in California. They taught their children about the importance of education, and after years of studying and hard work, Liz, a proud Vietnamese American, ended up becoming one of my top advisors on Asia in the White House. And we've relied on her for all kinds of incredible policy work that we've done over the last several years. So, to Nguyen, Loc, Liz, so many of you, you're already showing that you can change the world to reflect our best values. You're showing that with determination and commitment and optimism and hard work, anything's possible. And that's why I'm so hopeful about the future between the United States and Vietnam, that our relationship will continue to grow deeper and stronger. But I'm also optimistic that you're going to be able to change the region and the world in so many positive ways. So as the great Tran Lap sang, the path to glory days is getting closer.
We are suspending our campaign. But hear me now, I am not suspending our fight for liberty. I am not suspending our fight to defend the Constitution.